Welcome to Blissful Divination. If you're new here, my name is Shay, and today I'm going to be doing a viewer question. So, one of my viewers asked me if I could do a question about, as it stands now, who'd win the next election between Brian Kemp and Stacey Abrams. Okay, for any of my Canadian viewers who are not too much up on American politics, or for people who just are slower than me and took a while to get this information, Brian Kemp is a Republican senator who just passed the Georgia reform laws. He's calling it voting reform. The president, Joe Biden, is calling it modern day Jim Crow. You decide. So he's the person that could not deliver Georgia for Trump. Okay. And Stacey Abrams is a African American woman. She is a lawyer. She's a voting rights activist, and she's a politician who ran for governor in 2018, but she was not successful. So now that all this has transpired, with the new president, all of that, I'm curious as well to see if she was to run in the next election against Brian Kemp, would she win this? Okay, so let's program the cards and find out what the cards have to say. We're going to program the man to be Brian Kemp. We're going to program the woman to be Stacey Abrams. We're going to program the lion card to be the Democratic voters in Georgia. We're going to program the snake card to be the Republican voters in Georgia. We will program the fox to be the national Republicans. And the National Republican Party. And we will program the anchor to be the National Democratic Party. I think I have all the players lined up as I see it that might be able to tell us something meaningful. So let's take a look and see this. Okay. The filter of this card that we have right now, the filter we see is it's unclear. So let's see what else. Let's lay them all up, the rest of them out. Put those here. And let's try to make sure we keep these in the viewfinder. Okay. So the first card we get is the clouds. So this is a very, right at this moment in time, it's very unclear. It's up in the air, but let's just keep going and see why. All right, immediately Brian Kemp comes out, okay? There's worry by Brian Kemp. He wants to end or stop something. What does he want to end or stop? He wants to stop losing, so far, I guess, losing his constituents. Okay. Okay, so here we have the the Republican voters in Georgia. Okay, so he's worried and he wants to stop losing the Georgia Republican voters. Okay, it's understandable, as you do, because you don't want to lose. Oh, the lion, we have the Democratic voters in Georgia. Okay, go ahead, voters right there coming up fast. And that's the end of the story. Okay. So basically the answer to their question is we don't see Stacey Abrams. We see him coming up, and they want to talk about him, first of all, his mental state, I guess, about the situation. Now, I ask questions of the cards, and sometimes they say what they want to say. They be like, girl, F that question. We got something better to tell you. But I'm trying to ask about that. But anyhow, okay, let's see what they want to say. They want to say that he is worried about that himself. He's worried about will Stacey Abrams win the next election. So he wants to stop losing the Republican voters to the Democrats. That's what they say. So let's see. He is in the house of the clouds. So not only is the filter or the theme of this question, the answer is that he's worried. Okay. And he's in the house of worry. That's like, this man is not sleeping at night. Like, he is trying to figure out how the heck he can save this. Like he's on a burning ship or something. Okay. And then we have, this kind of stops the card. He wants to stop worrying. He wants to stop worrying. And his idea was, number one, this idea of voting reform. Let's reform. You know, and don't sit there and tell me that you're going to sign your bill under a picture of a plantation that has slavery. Like, I mean, come on. They are very careful about their message. And that's the message he wanted to send. Let's keep people, you know, this is like a plantation, blah, 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 blah. Whatever his little message is that he is trying to give with that photo while he signed this. Yes, I'm bringing it back to the way it used to be. Okay, so let's turn it over. So, in the house of the man, we have the scythe. So he is out for, you know, this is for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. So the cards are saying that he's out for blood. I know, in a metaphorical sense, meaning he's going hard to the body. Okay, he is not playing. Gee, bruh, you're not playing. Okay, so let's look at the house of Stacey Abrams. Let's see. Okay, they are trying to block her. Okay, I'm trying to block her. So just obstacles, blocks, those types of things. They want to bury her. Uh-oh. Let's take a look at something and see what else. 20. Because she's lucky, right? She is doing superbly. Actually, she would be best for that state, but they see that. You know, she's opening up opportunities. She's opening up opportunities, and they do see that. Okay? She has a good reputation. Yeah, there she is. That's right. She has a good reputation. She's worried as things stand right now. And that leads back to her house. So she's worried, and she's being blocked everywhere she turns. That's their plan. Okay, let's flip the rest. Okay, so we have the National Democrats pop out. We have the National Republicans pop out. They right next to each other. We have birds. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look and see what any relationships that we can see here. So we have the Republican, the National Republican Party right here. They're looking at them, and they're looking at them. They're concerned with losing voters as well. They stand with Kemp now. They're telling him basically, you better get this together or that's the end of your career. You better handle it, kind of situation. Democrats are being blocked. They're trying to block them. The National Democratic Party, they're trying to block them. There's some sort of agreement. There's some sort of agreement that she's looking at, or some type of partnership she's looking at. Some sort of partnership. Let's see. So we said in her house there was blockages, but there's a little luck for her in the house of blockages. It's not like she's not been blocked before. The Republicans are in the house of the Democrats. Yes, they are, literally. They are in the Democrat. They flipped that state, but they're like, you know what? We're going to occupy your house. Something like that. Like, an unwanted guest. They want changes. The National Republican Party wants changes. They want to see that state changed. They want changes in that next election. The National Democratic Party is worried. They're very worried. Kemp is happy. He is happier than a flea on a dog. They want to stop her being lucky. They want to stop the luck that they're having for this election. So the Democratic voters, she has a direct line of sight on the Democratic voters in Georgia. Like, you know what I'm saying? They see this as an opportunity. The voters see an opportunity in Stacey, right? She is like their champion. And those laws were passed to block them from voting. Because they're the key. They're the key to winning that election. So as of today, right now, I'm kind of going to say it looks like, again, in this position right here, in worry, every time we look at the Republicans, they're always slinking their way out. They do their dirt, and then they slink on and move on to the next. He's prepared to move on to the next. The way he feels like, it's like they're playing a game of chess. And he's like, your move, miss, and walks out and leaves all of this. And she's still caught up, like all the snags that he's leaving for her. He's like, on to my next mission, I mean, he is done. Like he's got new crap already he's working on to help him with that election. He's looking at the contracts. What's on his mind is his contracts that he has to the Republican Party. He does not want to lose his job. Because they're like, you are about to lose. He is not trying to lose it. They're like, you better fix it. And that's what he is aiming to do. This is a all-out, testicles to the walls type thing. He is going full throttle with this, because if not, he's done. He's done politically. He's going to be former governor of Georgia, the retired politician from Georgia. That's what he'll be if he doesn't win. If he doesn't get this, make this happen, that's what's going to happen. So yeah, she's just in the beginning of her fight. And she has some other mess that she has to work through at this time. If they were to vote right now, no, she would not win right now. However, they have work to do. They have to dismantle all this crap he left behind. But they also have to get ahead of the current crap he's messing with. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm going to look one last time to make sure, because every time, I swear, you guys, when I watch it back, I was like, oh crap, why didn't I see that? And basically the answer is because you weren't supposed to talk about that at the time. That wasn't, what was supposed to be let out to the general public, I guess. So, she's, she's their champion. I just keep seeing that. She's their champion. She's like a woman on a horse with a scythe. They really do not like her. They honestly don't. But she has to kind of get her head out of the past and face the other way and charge forward. She's tired too, because she's going through a lot of stuff, guys, that we don't even know about. They are threatening her. She can't go anywhere anymore. She can't even go out to eat without people recognizing her. So she got stuff going on, but we need her. Baby, we need you. Take a little vacation, whatever you got to do. Get some fresh eyes. Let's get on it, girl. I know you tired. I know you tired. Harriet Tubman was tired, child. I know it. Being the quote unquote strong black woman is exhausting, girl. Get yourself together. Okay, that's all I can see, guys. That's all that's calling out to me. That's all that's wanted to be mentioned today. So I want to thank you guys for sticking to the end of the video. I want to thank the viewers, and I wouldn't expect, I'm so sorry I can't remember your name at this time. However, you know who you are. But I want to thank you for the question. And I am giving away a free reading, guys. A free reading when we hit 1,000 subscribers. So please like, comment, subscribe, share. And don't forget to hit the bell notifications. Sometimes YouTube unselects them or whatever. But just double check to make sure that you've hit all notifications in the notification section. And you will be notified when I release a new video. It's because I try to squeeze the viewer questions in between the regularly planned videos. So that's why I'm squeezing it in here. So I want to thank you guys. And as always, elevate. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.